different IITs are known for different specializations. So, what do you think IIT Hyderabad is known for particularly? Yeah. What is one vision you have for the Indian academic system? So, hello, sir. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for agreeing to join us amidst your very busy schedule. Thank you. Very big. So, before we start with anything else, how many responsibilities do you currently have apart from being the director of IT?
I have, and I'm also officiating director for Preferated EM Cardwell.
Yes, at this point. Yeah.
I'm on the board of the number of organizations, so
Could you take a couple of minutes in talking about what your research is?
my research. I ensure that my research field changes every 5 years, so that I learn something new. So I started my life with what is called metallic glasses, worked on what is called crystals, moved to what is called nanomaterials, particularly structural nanomaterials artifacts. Then, for the last 10 years or so, I've been working on what is called high-end propellers. So, in the meanwhile, in a lot of other places, aluminum-based copper itself. So, mostly related to metallic material.
That's amazing. So you're being known for inventing something called the Fractal Academic System, and that has been spoken over in the country for a while. So could you explain somebody who is watching this for the first time what Fractal Academic System actually is?
First and foremost, I have not invented it. It exists in overseas. People call them as micro credentials, and IIT Hyderabad has adopted. I came to a large extent, which luckily for some reason we have the institution which have been dedicated to this, not many other institutions for the TLR. As I told you here, this is something where the students have a freedom to learn many things in small bits and pieces. For example, whenever you say, I like appetizer ice cream, oh, you take a small portion of it and a variety of ice cream. You would have possibly tasted them, and then slowly realize that you start liking it something more. Similarly, when you join up in first grade, do particular engineering branch in an IIT system, who don't know anything about that branch. You have done only physics, chemistry, that's until then, and wrote an entrance exam based on that. You came for an engineering. So how do we develop an interest in a particular subject? Well, unless you chase main thing, you don't know what you like. So as a result, we thought that my teams are all very vast, and we thought let us create a kind of interest among students on various subjects by giving a small. We try to tell our students to take up a number of subjects, a part portion of it, so that you learn each of them in a small fish, okay, rather than deep knowledge about the particular subject, so that you get a feel for what these subjects are, and then try to find out whether you are liking one or two of them. And whenever I say that this subject seems to be more interesting to me, then I go deeper and take courses which are of greater number of credits. For example, a 2 credit course or a 3 credit course after trying a half a credit or a 1 credit courses. So these give you a feel for the subject, and we ensure that the best teachers teach that, so that the interest in those subjects is created among the students, and help the students to try. This also is useful when we have many visitors coming from various places. For a professor of a university, whether from within the India or from abroad, to come for the full semester is very difficult. We say you just come for a week and teach us, a 1 credit course. So quite a number of people come. In fact, we also invite a large number of, creative arts specialists. People, for example, there is a lady who comes and teaches us Madhubani paintings. Okay, so 1 full week course, which is a 1 credit course. 1 credit is typically about 12 to 14 hours of teaching. So every day, evening 5 to 7, she teaches about 2 hours. At the end of the week, 1 credit course is completed, and we have about 400, 500 students joining the course. And each of the student creates a A4 sheet of a painting, and we put a big exhibition upon these paintings. I hope the whole campus comes to see it. It's an exciting thing, and the teacher gives a grade for all of them by looking at them. So this way, we are ensuring that students learn things, and if they have more interest in that, then they can take that as a passion and go deeper into it and do a long-term course.
Different IITs are known for different specializations. So, what do you think IIT Hyderabad is known for particularly? Yeah.
Quite a number of them. For example, IIT Hyderabad is the only place where you will see an autonomous vehicle, a driverless vehicle running on the campus from morning to evening from main gate up to the hostels. Okay, we call this as THAN, Technology Innovation Hub for Autonomous Navigation. It has been developing variety of autonomous vehicles, both road-based, underwater, and area. We are developing right now a 200 kilogram payload capacity drone, which we call it as air ambulance, where you can lift a patient from a remote village along with an attendant. You can carry the patient to a better hospital, which is in a main city, over 50 kilometers distance. We would like to be able to cover. At the same time, having all the measuring tools where you can measure the vitals of the patient and transmit them to the hospital where you are taking the patient so that the doctors know continuously what is the condition of the patient. Things like that are being developed. The other area is 5G, 6G. Now, all wireless technologies are all moving in the area. We are possibly one of the best in the country in terms of the 6D. We have a 6G test bed on the campus. We even have a test bed for the autonomous vehicles. That's the only test bed that is available in the whole country where you can test autonomous vehicles, driverless vehicles. We also do a lot on the medical devices. Okay, so we have even a master's program on medical devices where students develop devices. We have, for example, recently developed a diagnostic tool and a therapeutic tool using ultrasonics. Mostly, ultrasonics is used to measure. To as a what you say, the diagnostic tool. For example, if a mother's womb, you want to see a baby, you use that ultrasonic. But can we use this ultrasonic as a therapeutic tool where somebody has a breast cancer? Okay, we are now using ultrasonic to kill the cancerous cells, the cancerous tumor for that matter. Okay, people use usually radiotherapy. This technology seems to be much better in terms of its adaptability. So that is another area where we have what you have. So like that, I can keep telling you many things.
This is great, sir. So, what is one vision you have for the Indian academic system?
I want Indian academic system to move from where we say, I want to teach you this, please take it, to a level where you ask the student, what do you want to learn? Why are we here? Okay. Why did you come to our institute? What do you want to learn? Sure. So I want the education system should be student centric rather than faculty centric. And that is something which if they can do, the students will really take themselves in a direction in which they want to be. Okay. And make it as flexible as possible.
Thank you so much, sir. I really wanted to ask a lot of other questions as well about again academic sense and A, but due to the time constraints, here. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
What's up? Thank you, sir. You're just like.